one time. Rain, snow, skin pill, or shine.
Or sick kids.
Or sick kids.
Because we got one of those right now. He's really sick.
We are here and we show you the junk that we buy. We tell you what we paid for and what we're going to sell it for. And I'm just going to disclose up front. I had a peel and some microneedling done to get rid of some old acne scars. And so I'm a little bit red and greasy looking. Thank goodness for the counting sheet cream, because normally my face hurts so bad, but it doesn't hurt. I just have to put the cream on, which makes me a little shiny. So anyways, if anybody comments, if you were here early, it's your job to say, she just had a peel for acne scars. Can you do that for me? All right, we're gonna get back. All right, Caitlin put a new picture up on the website. Good job, Caitlin. If you guys like these kind of videos, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, but also hit the subscribe and notifications, because we have lots of fun stuff, and no matter what, well, not no matter what, but no matter most things, we will show up.
No matter most things. We'll get into all that in a little bit. You know, we always get into a little bit of story time later.
Hold on
but
real quick. I forgot to tell them something.
Just show some thrifting stuff.
Just a second.
Okay, go.
I interrupted you, sorry. This is a question we get asked a lot. You can buy everything that we have at jrvhome.com under the Saturday night thrift haul, and Caitlin's dropping links. So if you're watching the replay, just check the live chat or hit the description box and we'll put the link to everything there. Okay.
I'm getting old. I just pulled an oblique trying to save that tray from
Did you get a
falling on
Charlie
the floor.
horse?
No, it's not Charlie horse.
Maybe it was the ramen noodles. You ate too much. You're not supposed to move a lot after you eat ramen noodles.
Really? Is that
I don't
rule?
know. No, I made it up.
Okay, this is probably one of the coolest things we found this week. They were $7.99 each, I believe, right?
Yes, $7.99 each.
Okay, and I'm going to show them sideways so you can see how big they are on camera, but look at these guys. What are we selling them as a set? They're brass, solid brass, I believe. So the guy at Savers was like, hey, those came out of an old church. I'm like, what church was it? He's like, I don't know. They just came by and donated a ton of stuff.
People were worshiping with them. That's all we know. So $7.99 each, and we're going to sell the set for $49.95. They're probably the largest brass candlesticks that we have ever received. Oh, new channel member, Candace Linville. Welcome, Candace. Make sure you're hitting up the community tab. If you scroll back, you can watch the last channel member live, because we've got that link in there. And then Zeb also recently put up some of the printables that you get for being a channel member. So welcome, welcome. Thank you. And
what is a printable? It's something that we design that you can use for your own art creations or your own home or sell or whatever.
Yep, that's what a printable is. Heidi, those are definitely weapon grade. I almost put it in the description, except for not everybody that shops on our website watches the video, and I don't want somebody thinking I'm selling weapons and then they're going to turn me into the, isn't there like the firearms, tobacco, whatever, like, does she have a license to sell weapons?
These are like, leave them on your nightstand, but if someone messes with you in the night.
Yeah. So I don't have a license to sell weapons, but I do sell cool junk that could be used in self-defense.
All right. So I've been showing these a little bit. We got 4 of these. I believe they're resin, but they have like a metal tinny sound on the back. I don't know. Listen, sounds hollow, right? But I think they're cast resin. They've got attachments here for hanging them. But check out how cool these are. Are we painting these?
Yeah, you know it.
Thank goodness.
They're going to be $16.95 each painted. There's 4, and they're numbered 1, 2, 3, 4. So pay attention to the picture if you buy them, that you pick the number that corresponds with the picture. Don't laugh, I used my finger to draw the number on with my finger while I was uploading all the pictures. So the handwriting is mine. For the
I might, in just a minute here, get a base coat on these and let Jamie show you the stuff. You guys, I don't know if Jamie even said, we got like some killer Memorial Day sales going on.
We do, and I actually am going to answer a question. It says, Jamie, is farm fresh paint more predictable than Sweet Pickens milk paint? Yes, farmhouse finishes is made to not chip as much or at all like regular milk paint. It's like taking milk paint and putting Bond in it, because the powder, because it comes powdered, has Bond in the powder. So hopefully that makes sense. You can wet distress farmhouse finishes and sometimes coerce it to chip. And sometimes it might chip a little if something was really shiny or whatever, but for the most part, it's essentially like a mineral type paint in the finish, but it's really smooth like a milk paint. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, so if you don't want it as chippy or more predictable, use farmhouse finishes. And the milk paint is 20% off Memorial Day weekend and ends on Monday, May 31st at midnight. Also,
2021.
We have paintbrushes on sale, so Zebra, and we just started carrying Klingon brushes. So anyways, that's the other website, JamiRayVintage.com. All right, commercial over.
So I know the title of this is what we look for when we're thrifting in 2021 for home decor and things like that. But we had some amazing items that I totally would have thrifted just given to us this week.
Yeah,
and I believe this is one of them.
We want to show you things that maybe you might pass over. So this is a cool frame that was given to us by Joanne AC. I think I said the name right. Yeah. Back porch offering. I have a couple of friends that bring me stuff. I offer them a discount. They give me good junk. It's a great relationship. Anyways, I would have paid. How much would you have paid for that?
I would have paid probably up to $2. The frame is really cool. It's got these roses on there. Don't necessarily love the brown with kind of like that dusty pinkish color, but you can always update it. When I first saw this is just the backer on that holds the back of the picture. I thought this was a cool chalkboard. I'm like, oh, that's brilliant.
No, if it doesn't sell on the thrift haul, we generally will print out a black and white picture after we paint it and put it in there and put it at our store. That's one of our pro tips. So if you're a reseller, don't put like random stuff in your frames. Print out pictures, black and white, from the internet. It looks good.
So Angela Bates is calling me out. I had my head hidden behind the picture. I didn't yawn. I sneezed twice, like so hard, but I was able to hold it in. My eyeballs almost fell out.
It's windy and there's like cotton everywhere. It looks like it's snowing. $12.95 for that frame painted.
We're gonna get to, I probably will be able to get to that tonight. I just wanted to show these and then I'll move them. I found these at Savers. Where's the price on them?
I don't know how much you paid for those.
They were $4.99 each, I believe. $4.99 or $5.99. Yep. But anything galvanized metal, it holds the paint really well. You can, DIY paint and sweet pickings or farmhouse finishes would go really, really well on this. I think these would be cool stenciled. They already have kind of a great finish on them.
I was planning on painting them, and they're going to be $39.95 no matter what we do. And I call them milk jugs because that's what they look like.
Yeah. I mean,
they don't have authentic, but
they didn't have the lids. I think these would actually be cool.
They make good
with some
vases.
Floral coming out. Yeah.
Big, tall vases is definitely that time of year.
Now I don't know if they're watertight, so don't, maybe fake flowers.
Yeah.
I have not tested that on these. They were thrifted, and I have no idea.
We had a few people asking about our front porch. It's not quite done, but it looks amazing. It's been a struggle.
Ending.
The chop saw broke. I had silicone in my gun instead of caulk. And so if you've ever tried to sand off silicone, yeah, that's been fun. It took 3 colors to get the porch color of the ceiling right. And yeah, so it's
the video will be up Monday.
Monday.
We still have to paint it Monday morning.
Yeah, because we have to get all our pictures done for Dion, so.
All right, I think
Maria asked about my face. Whoever knows what's going on with my face, you comment below. You let her know.
She's probably like, oh, what's Jami got going on now? What beauty technique do I need to know next?
All right, let's see.
Okay, I'm going to show these, and then I'm going to start painting, and Jami will continue with the thrift haul.
We need to finish everything in that corner, and then you're allowed to paint.
Okay, all right.
Because otherwise I have to like walk. It's just awkward. All right, so.
We found 2 of these.
We found 2 of these. I personally have never found these before at a thrift store, and they were expensive. They were $20 each, and I was like, I don't know. And I'm like, you know what? They're cool. I'm not going to pass them up. And then I Googled them and found out that they are valuable. They are enamel covered cast iron. So super, super heavy. They're going to cost me a boatload to ship.
So Jami's mom was in here right before the live video, and she was holding, she wasn't holding it. She was looking at these. She's like, oh, those are amazing. And then I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if you want to cook with that, because she's 82. She didn't pick heavy things up, right? She lifted this up. She's like, nope.
I think they're made for camping, judging by the handle.
Yeah.
And the cast ironness of them, but they are $49.95 each. This is the dark blue with white speckles, and then there's another blue with small speckles.
So my mom has a wood stove, in pretty much every house she lives in because my dad always has tons of leftover scraps from his sawmill. And they have a flat iron on the top, and I could imagine this sitting on top of that getting nice and steamy.
Also weapon grade.
Oh.
If you can lift it up and swing it, you can definitely take somebody out with it. Here's
We
the other
have two.
Two. This one has a shinier handle. The other one is a little bit more dull. I loved the spout on them, actually. It looked like a little, like, I don't know, like a snail.
It reminds me of a little turtle mouth.
Oh, a turtle, snail. All right.
All right, I'm gonna move these over here. Yeah,
Those are cowboy kettles, Robert.
Cowboy kettles.
And
yeah.
Robert would know.
So I saw someone mention, like, if you guys want the behind the scenes on the front porch and what's going on, to follow us on Instagram. It's true.
There are pictures on the gram, so, and I will try to put them up in YouTube stories. There are a few pictures in YouTube stories as well. So if you're on Instagram or YouTube, check out stories. I'll put pictures as we work on the project. We were gonna try to hustle out a video Friday, but I was like, Zeb, I don't have time for you to edit. Like, we gotta keep working because we've gotta get these pictures to Dion on Monday. And so we just made the decision to nix the video so that way we could have what we needed. Did my iPad die?
It may have.
May have died.
Did you unplug it over there?
So Marie, I'm not seeing your little bird. I don't check and make sure that your payment hasn't changed, or maybe you were logged in under a different account. Yeah, no, it's dead. It's charging.
So we got these two jugs. These were given to us. Were these also from Joanne?
Those were from Diane.
Diane. So these.
I have friends with names that rhyme. Diane, Joanne.
So I don't think Odelia took the pictures because we were working on the porch. So Odelia took the pictures for the website today. If you don't know who Odelia is, that's our daughter.
Yeah, if you like the pictures from today's haul, if you go to the website, check them out. Odelia took all the photos for me while I was outside working on the porch.
So these are cool. I think they need a paint job. They're slightly dated the way they are, but the shape is awesome. They're metal. And this one did not make the picture because Odelia did not know what this went for, and it'll be luck of the draw.
No, they're sold as a set.
Oh, they're sold as a set, so you're gonna get one with a lid and one without.
Oh, nice. All right, so we're gonna paint them, and I think
because I found this in the box, and Odelia's like, "Oh, I didn't take a picture with that on there."
I don't have prices anymore because my iPad died. So can you drop the link to these? I think that they are $39.95 for the set. Oh, Kai wants me to talk about the sale. On the home website, we also sell clothes. So I'm just gonna tell you guys, because Memorial Day weekend, we've got a sale going. It's buy two, get one free, and the clothes are always free shipping. So that's a really awesome one. And then on JamiRaidVintage.com, we have milk paint, and some of our paint brushes are on sale, 20% off. There's a sale collection if you just go to Jami Raid Vintage, and if you spend over $35, there's free shipping on that website too, excluding DIY paint.
So these were given to us, but I probably would have paid $3 to $5 each for these because they're metal and they're cool.
$7. Like, they're really cool. Yeah, they're $49.95. All right, I was
for
wrong.
the pair.
For the pair though, for two.
And they're gonna get painted?
They're gonna get painted and they'll match. They'll probably get some sort of stencil or transfer even. Maybe transfer.
Oh yeah.
Let's use some of the
right
new
here
IOD
in this little
transfers.
plaque
Yeah,
right
because
here.
I love flat surface. When we're thrifting, guys, and like I said, we didn't thrift these, but my friends know the junk that I like. I look for things that have surface area that can be stenciled or transferred, because things like this people might pass over because it's kind of dated and ugly, but you really can transform them with paint and stencils.
All right. I'm gonna move these to the side.
DIY paint does not get free shipping. Sorry if that was confusing. DIY paint does not allow any of their products to be free shipping or discounted, so it's against their
So it's always
policies.
excluded from the website sales and other things. It's still available and still amazing, but
you've got to pay. But you know, you can get free shipping on other stuff.
We have to play by the manufacturer retailer agreement.
But it only charges you shipping for the DIY paint.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. All right, so we have canning jars. I picked up all of these canning jars for $80 for the lot. I think there was they wound up being $3.50 a jar, which if you guys know, antique canning jars is a steal. The way that we have them listed is there's pictures with numbers, and you get one jar for that number. Does that make sense? So if you choose picture number 1, you get 1 jar. If you choose quantity 4 of picture number 1, you get 4 jars out of picture. picture number 1. Hopefully that's making sense. And it's luck of the draw. We're not going to be like, oh, you get this one, this one. They're all fairly similar. I know that a lot of them
Most of them are seated glass.
Yeah, a lot of them have different values. Some of them are even more valuable. But we're selling for $12.95, which I feel like is a really great deal. We also have the clear glass antique jars. They're not blue, but they're the older jars. This one's number 13.
Can you see the bubble in the glass
bottom.
there? And they're a little bit imperfect. Like they're not super round. They're not square like some of the ball jars are.
Yumiko says that's why I have the best junk, because I have the best friends. That is true. We also have some jars that are like this. So these are going to be listed separately because this is a different style jar. Also $12.95.
That one's really cool.
We've got this smaller
Atlas Easy Seal
ball jar. The ball jars go with primitive, they go with farmhouse, they go with French country, they go with cottagecore. There's just so many awesome things about them, and they've been popular for years. This one is a ball ideal, patent 1908. That one's really fun.
So Jami switches it out, but we always keep some sort of jars.
Oh, this one says Presto.
High in that sort of color.
So those are French, and they're like $60+ per jar. So they're kind of my favorite. But I also have some seltzer jars, some ball ideals over there, and then I have more candy jars over there. They're like an essential part of my design.
Colored glass is something that Jami's always got going on. Even if she switches it out to something different, she always leaves the touches of glass in there.
Leslie says even coastal and boho too. You could take this in a blue jar filled with white seashells. Looks amazing with coastal decor.
All right. Oh, we have two. Oh, this is what I almost dropped at the beginning of the video. This is an old primitive style tray, and I think it's legit old.
It is so I bundle dealed that. I got 2 frames, the tray and this metal wall thing for $50. So I spent quite a bit.
It's like a wall organizer.
This, they said, was turn of the century, which judging by the nails is about right. The construction, it was a candy display for an
Look at this.
store.
They didn't have the right size nails, so they just bent them over.
Yeah. Now that's what I was told. I have no idea where the actual origin is. And so that was part of it. I paid $50 for all of it. Hold on. Let me get my phone the right direction. Also, guys, on the home website, like if you were to shop tonight or shop something else on JRB Home, if you spend $200 on that website, you get free shipping. It's higher up on that one because things are huge.
So this is what Jami was this part of your other bundle?
That was part of the $50 bundle.
So these frames were made, looks like out of old trim. This one probably needs a couple extra nails in it. It's very old. I could probably get some cardboard situation going for you on that one if you order it, because it's a little wobbly. But this is salvage trim out of a house that someone made a frame out of. We love this kind of stuff.
So that tray is $39.95 for that antique tray. And then these frames, let's see, why is the internet not working when I want it to? Oh, there we go. All right, $39.95 for the big chunky molding frame, the salvage frame, and then $29.95 for the frame made out of the smaller molding. If you're not into salvage, then you might not see the value, but anybody that knows salvage knows that old trim and molding go for a ton of money just on their own.
It's like $6 or $7 a foot.
Yeah. And then converted into a frame, even more so. So I feel like the price is right on those, $39.95 and $29.95. So if you're out thrifting or junking and you don't find frames, but you find old salvage, never leave salvage behind. It's money. Money, money, money.
Someone will buy it.
All right, next.
Or you can use it in your own home.
This was part of the $50. So I got the tray, the 2 frames, and this. And I was like, it's kind of a lot because I'm usually like fairly cheap when I buy stuff, but I was like, all this stuff is awesome. So if nobody buys it, then I totally scored good stuff to decorate my own house with. This basket is $19.95. It might not show as old as it is. It's not a repop. So a lot of times you can go to home decor stores. You can pick something up like this for 20 bucks, but it's going to be a repop. This is like legit old. So it's really cool.
I'm going to start painting.
All right. I'll allow it. Okay.
I don't know
Leslie?
if I'm going to paint in pink though. I saw you got that pink out there. Did you have that in mind for something?
Oh, I wanted to paint that rose frame pink.
The rose frame. Oh, okay.
But you know what? We have things that need to be. Oh, it's fine. Just you're good. What was it doing? Oh, Leslie, you're gonna have to close your eyes because I know you don't like what's coming. Hummels. I got to deal with my back porch situation in my box. So these are all like super good deals because I need to move my way through the Hummel collection, and these are legit global Hummels. I'm not selling them for cheap because they're knockoffs. I bought them from, if you guys are new here, I scored like 30 tubs of collectibles from a store owner that went out of business, and they are $12.95 each. They all have the name. This one is 19.
I don't know that they went out of business. The store owner retired.
Okay, well that store owner retired. This one says 1957. Here's the deal. They're $16.95 each. They used to sell for hundreds. I did not take the time to write down the name of each one of them, but they're all super cute. So go through them. They have a number. The number next to them is the one that you're buying on the drop-down menu. Some of them are bigger. This one here, look how cute that is. With the little sheep. This little one with the book. So they are, I love this one with the cake. She comes with an actual candle. Do you like that one? She actually comes with extra candles, but they're probably kind of melting. All right, paint something pink. We will be painting pink. All right, I'll show you a couple more Hummels, and then I promise to be done for a minute. Look at that one with the little piggy.
So I'm thinking I'm gonna paint the exterior of these frames apothecary, and I'm not gonna go super neat with them. Then I'm gonna paint the middle white, and I might hit some of these highlights with apothecary, so when we distress, the apothecary comes through. And then I was thinking that I might hit all of the high spots with some Pennies from Heaven copper patina.
And then here's a couple more.
That was my thought. I might do them all the same, just because, you know, it's easier to paint 4 things all the same as you're going, and we'll see. We'll see how this turns out. If it doesn't work out, paint and paint again.
Look how cute that one is.
Can you see what I'm doing? I'm gonna angle the camera down just a touch.
Sorry, I'm gonna try to keep my face away from the camera so I don't scare anybody with my greasy red face. All right.
It's actually on the mend. Yesterday was great.
Well, I tried to put makeup on and it was so bad because it just showed everything that was peeling, and so I was like, nope. And that's why I'm all wet hair and everything, because I had to shower it all off. It was a situation. Hey, Sally. She says, hello to everyone. Hot in Phoenix. Summer is here.
It was warm today.
Oh, there was a kid photo bomb. Was it Jack?
Did Jack come peek in?
Probably.
Or maybe Eliza walking by. She was outside with her friend.
Oh, did Kenny come and get her, or were they just out back?
No, I think he said he was coming at 9. So I said, that's fine, but if you come in, sneak in.
Odelia's obsessed with the Hummels. It is true. Odelia loves herself some collectibles. Okay, I said that I wasn't going to buy any more juice pitchers.
But this one's so good.
But this one is awesome. It looks like it's crystal, but it's not. But it's just got a really great detail, but it's heavy. So it's a really good fake crystal pitcher. And we bought it at the thrift store. The price tag is off. Odelia doesn't know the rule. Put it back on. I think it was $4.99. And we're going to sell for $14.95. And I love good pitchers. You can use them for juice or whatever, but I think especially when they're pretty like this, they're great for flowers.
It's okay. Odelia saved our bacon by taking those pictures. We were so backed up on the porch, it wouldn't have happened if she hadn't done the pictures.
Yeah. Oh, I'm not complaining. She did awesome. Zeb is using apothecary. We've been out forever, but I needed it because I'll give you a little hint. This is the final color that I wound up painting my porch.
It's not a hint. You straight up told them.
Oh, well, there you go. Sneak peek information. I don't know. That's why it's here. Okay. So this is really cool.
Hold on real quick. I just want to show them. All right. So I just round the edge, messy paint job, dry brush the middle kind of. I'm going to come back with white on that middle in just a minute. I'm going to set this over here to dry. And then we're going to do some Pennies from Heaven over the white on the highlights.
It's got a seam down the middle, so it's definitely not Waterford.
No, yeah, it's cast. I think the Waterford. If the Waterford's,
I don't know.
Oh, that sounds like
It sounds like
could
be crystal, but if it is, it's not Waterford because it's got a C.
Yeah,
So
whatever the Waterford folks are doing, they're high quality stuff.
Somebody better scoop that up for $14.95. All right, okay. This is the Borden sandwich spread for home canning. Remove cap liner and insert wide mouth lid. So this was from back in the day when people repurposed jars. And so they said for home canning, you could take this off and put a seal lid on it and use it for canning. But look how cool this jar is. I also love that it's sandwich spread. Back when they were trying to get people to eat isn't real, that kind of gives you the time for, instead of having mayonnaise. Now I'm going back to mayonnaise and butter and not using like fake products like, well, I still use shortening in my biscuits, but shh. But anyways, yeah, Borden's sandwich spread. And I think this one's $12.95. Such a cool jar. This one came from Joanne AC. I probably would have paid at least $2 to $5 for it. And I love that it has a handle. That's really unique.
All right, so I know there's some perfectionists out there, but if you guys see how quickly I'm just throwing this paint on here, this DIY paint really lends itself to kind of like an easy, messy paint job. So if you're a beginner and you've been watching in the shadows and lurking and you're like, I don't know if I can paint, I've never tried it before. You only need this much space to paint something small and try it out and get started. And you don't even have to be neat with your paint job because we're gonna sand, we're gonna distress. Oh, if you're gonna sneeze, put it behind the sneeze frame.
No, I just sneeze in my shirt. I'm good. All right.
Because it's really simple, really easy, and it's a lot of fun to just transform things. Because even just with this one coat of quick apothecary on there, this is already looking a lot more fun than that.
It is
drab
way fun.
Brown. Like, who wants a almost shadowy brown flower hanging on their wall?
Mary, I am gonna paint the chicken. So this is gonna be $19.95 painted. This one came from Joanne. I wouldn't actually probably paint it, I don't think, but it's got a big chip on the back and across the top. So I think painted and waxed it'll look cool. Once you paint it, you can't submerge it in water, so it would just be for decor only. But I just think painted and white wax is too cool. So I'm gonna put it over in Deb's paint pile. Since we've already painted two of those, you want to paint this to show them what this looks like.
Do you want me to just keep running with apothecary?
Yeah, I'll just keep passing it to you and you
Apothecary is the color of the night. We might do some dark wax, we might do some white wax, and even though you're just painting with one color, sometimes you can get a lot of fun different looks.
Blurry. Let me hop out and hop back in.
Are you blurry on my end too? Too many kids on devices, Odelia.
Odelia, can you turn people off the internets? Okay, can you fix...
I can't do anything up there. It'll just adjust itself if it's going to do it.
It's a little bit better. All right. Thanks for letting us know. There's actually really not a whole lot we can do if it gets blurry, except for be like, stop being blurry. I'm using my juju fingers.
So someone asked in a comment the other day, and I think I replied to it, but I can't remember. They're like, do you wash everything you paint? And the answer to that is very honestly... sometimes we wash it, sometimes we just paint it, but you know, it all gets sealed in with love. It's
getting better, so my two fingers must have worked. So we're gonna paint this too. It is cute as is. I called it a napkin basket because it's perfect for a napkin for a party, and was $12.95 is what I'm selling it for. I got it from Joanne. I probably pay up to $4 or $5 for it. It's not a lot of surface area to paint. Like, the item itself is big, but this is not going to take hardly any paint. And I'm not going to worry about full coverage. I'm just going to dry brush it and wet distress, because things like this would be impossible to get paint unless you were spraying it down in all the cracks of the basket. So I just go with a quick dry brush, wet distress, white wax, and this is going to be cute. All right, moving along. All right, pewter buddy. I don't know if it's pewter. I called it a metal buddy, but it was made in India, which makes me feel like it probably was pewter, because generally things that are like brass and pewter are really common from India, and it's heavy.
They love to cast things there.
Yeah, they're good casters. So bunny is cute. I know some people only use them for spring, but there's a lot of people, like Mariah loves bunny. She uses them year round.
Yep.
So this one was $4.95 and I'm selling it for $12.95. You know, $12.95 is like the price of the evening, apparently. All the jars are $12.95. All the canning jars are actually a really good deal, because normally some of them I probably sell for like $20 or more. But I bought a lot, so we gotta move them. All right.
So I'll show you at the end how much paint it's taken me to use. I showed you guys, if you were watching earlier, I showed you that the jar was full, the quart was clear full. And I want to see how much stuff I can paint in Apothecary with it. And still, I mean, a quart of paint like a whole dresser, so we should be good on all these smalls.
Rosie, so 1 or 2 Hummels would still be the same $14.95 shipping because it won't fit, like couldn't be shipped first class because of the size of it, and we have to wrap them all up so it takes a little bit bigger box. So whether you buy 1 Hummel or 2 Hummels, the shipping would be the same. I think the threshold is like under 40 bucks, so between $11.95 and 40 is $14.95. All right.
I'm just gonna push
what
this over
color
there.
bird is the highest? I think platinum. Jamie, are the green jars
Gold.
older than the blue?
Gold is the highest color. It means you've been a channel member for 2 years or longer.
The green jars, if you...
Am I painting this right now?
Sure. Is this what you're asking for? These are my French canning jars. They're not older than the ball jars. They're just more rare, and they're big bucks to have these. Because think of what a pain it is to ship this all the way from France to here.
Have it
a
arrive
lot of
alive.
them don't make it.
So how are you wanting this painted? Am I just painting the chickens on here, like a little dry brush?
And then dry brush everything.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're welcome, Rosie. Abracadabra says DIY Apothecary is the bomb. Oh, Caitlin says it's $10.01 to 40. Caitlin knows. All right, this is awesome. Made from Salvage. I called it a tote situation because I really did not know what to call it. Look at the back. It's like old wood.
It's totes amazing.
This also, I know what. This also came from Joanne. It's probably one of my, I shouldn't say that it's one of my favorite things from the back porch because Diane brought some awesome stuff too. Or maybe Diane brought this. Was it Diane or Joanne? Why do they have to have the same, similar names? One of the Anns bought it, and it's gonna be $19.95, which I think is a smoking deal. And I'm not painting it because this is like red chippy original paint. So if you wondered what the tote situation was, this is it. And it's perfect for 4th of July because of the color. Or Christmas, you could put Christmas trees in here for Christmas decor. Oh, you could even like hang it on the wall. Like it has a couple of holes in the back. Just like screw it into the wall for mail. I don't know. A lot of options there.
I don't know how dry this is actually going to be brushed because it's covering really well. So,
Candace says pantry door flies out the door also. Yes, if you're wanting to buy milk paint and you want a color similar to Apothecary, because milk paint's on sale, so I know a lot of you guys are going to be buying it right now. If you mix pantry door and Sweetie Jane 50-50, you get pretty darn close to Apothecary. So it's one of, you guys know I use a lot of milk paint on my furniture that I have at home just because it's really chippy and unpredictable, and that's my own personal style. So we have I don't know if Caitlin could get to it, but we do have a milk paint playlist. And if you watch that, you can learn all about how to use milk paint.
Yep, the playlist is pretty easy to find. It's just in the drop down on our channel. You can find the milk paint playlist. There's how to paint with a brush, how to use just DIY paint, how to spray milk paint, how to spray chalk paints, how to spray DIY paint specifically, because DIY paint has a little bit of a learning curve on spraying it because it's thick. So it takes a little bit of magic to get it to spray right. But once you get the formula down, it's easy.
Let's see, I need 3 of these style.
And we're going to be spraying, I think probably next week we might have some spray videos because Jamie's got to go all the way to Pittsburgh. She's taking her mom. They're going out to her cousin's funeral. So not necessarily a happy occasion, but they're going to be out there. So I might be on my own for a video or 2 next week, and spraying is my forte.
Somebody said to put canning jars in it. Look how cute is this? Totally ready for 4th of July. So this has 2 of the quart sizes, and then we only have 1 of these pint sizes, but they fit together really well. And the best part is this one is from Coral Peterson from Des Moines, Iowa. She put her address on the bottom. She probably took some preserved goods to her friend and she wanted her jar back, but apparently I got her jar. I was like, when I saw that, I was like, that's brilliant.
All right, so the colors on these roosters were fine. They looked like roosters that had been painted all bright and colorful, but now they fit into all those genres that Jamie was mentioning earlier, the farmhouse and the French country and even cottagecore and all that.
Yeah,
you can make it work. And it's a lot of times like at the thrift, this was given to us, right?
Yeah.
But at the thrift store, you'd probably find this for like $2 to $5. all day long. And then a little bit of paint. It probably took maybe a whole ounce to paint that.
Oh, maybe half an ounce.
Yeah.
A whole ounce is generous. All right, next we've got this rolling pin. It's going to be $10.95 with the handles painted. We'll paint the handles apothecary as well.
Everything's going apothecary tonight.
Can you explain more about different brushes? So flat brushes are really great for flat surfaces that you want to cover quickly. And then round brushes are really great for blending.
So think dressers and minimal brush strokes with big flat brush too.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't have a lot of detail. And then round brushes are good for detail, which is what Zeb is working on.
Got this round brush here.
And they're also really good for paint blending. They're good for that. And some of the big round brushes are great because they hold quite a bit of paint, whereas most flat brushes, unless they're thick, don't hold as much paint. So hopefully that's a really good explanation.
Also, if you're looking to get like a wax brush, they're typically shorter, really dense bristles so that they can hold that wax and you can buff it in there. And then we've got a few variations of those with different kind of handles depending on what's comfortable for your hand, and if you're doing a really big piece or small detail pieces, it all comes into play.
Laura says, I'm not a green person, but I think I'll get apothecary. Apothecary is green, but has a titch of blue. And that's why I finally made the decision to paint my porch apothecary, because it was just the perfect shade of, so I don't know if if you're familiar with the South, people paint their porches like a blue-green, and they call it haint blue. It keeps away they say it keeps away evil spirits, and it also keeps bugs from landing on it. And in the South, apparently they have a lot of bugs.
Because it looks like the sky, so they don't land on it.
This is not so much a sky color, but anyways, it's just very common, and we have a giant front porch, and so that's why we decided to do it that color. All right, so we've got these 3 pieces here. They're gonna get painted. I didn't realize how big this was when I priced it, so somebody should buy it because it's a deal. This would normally be like $24. This one is $14.95. This one was a back porch offering from Joanne as well. $16.95 for this ornate one. These are all gonna get painted so they won't look like this. And then $12.95 for this little one. What I love about especially these two is they have really great texture. So while the color, maybe this is your favorite color, I don't know, but the mustardy, pukey, brown color isn't great, but the texture is awesome.
You know, the mustard would be amazing. I really like it. But this, you're right. It has like a brownish tone to it. It just looks like
it's got leaves.
I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it. It looks like someone chewed some stuff up and spit it out on this jar.
Or baby poo.
Or that.
So we're going to nix that, and then you'll actually be able to see all the detail in it once it gets painted. So we've got these. A lot of what I like to do though with pieces like this is I'll mix a little salt wash in my paint and get even more texture. So if we don't have time to do that tonight, we'll definitely do it next week.
All right, so if you guys are watching, you're like, man, Zeb's crackhead over there. Look at what he's doing with that paint job. I'm going thick and heavy on the edges, and then once my brush dries out a little bit and I have less paint on it, I go down into the middle here and just kind of, you know, slap some paint, literally slap some paint on there.
So if you have anybody that wants to do like a vintage themed baby shower or retro, this is a Cabbage Patch stork. It actually has the Cabbage Patch baby. A couple of Cabbage Patches down here. It is authentic. It's from the collector that I got all that stuff from. They only made 25,000 of these, so it's a limited edition. And it is signed by the maker of Cabbage Patch, $16.95. And if you're just tuning in, I bought a bunch of collectibles, 30 tubs of them for $300. So I don't know the exact cost of this item, but I'm selling for $16.95. Suffices to say, I've now sold enough that everything I make is profit. So I'm going to be selling collectibles till the cows come home.
So RMG 514 asked, who got into painting first, Zeb or Jami? So I took a lot of art classes and went to college for art, essentially graphic design, but it was like really heavy art classes. But Jami has been painting furniture since she was a kid.
Yeah, so Odelia said I was 15. That's actually not true. I was like...
That's not true.
That's not true. I think I was 13, or I might have even been as young. I was in junior high. So like 13 is when I painted furniture. I've been crafting forever, but we got bored, my girlfriend and I, and we decided to redo her bedroom. And we spray painted her parents' cast iron patio set. Yeah. So they weren't too happy about that. We spray painted it silver because it went with our theme. And we sewed all new bedding, and we took down her closet doors, and we put up a curtain, and we refinished a desk, and it was really bomb, okay? And when you live in a town called Collectible, where it's 125 degrees the entire summer, you find interesting things to do. And so we painted, and so I've been painting ever since then. But Zeb's mom is really, like, his parents are really big into like homesteading, DIY type stuff. So that's how he was raised. My mom was raised, we'd go through the store and I would want to buy something like home decor or even like a tie-dyed shirt. My mom would be like, oh, we can do that. And I was so into crafting that my dad was a home builder. And when they did my room, instead of putting carpet, which was what was standard, they put like the roll out vinyl flooring, because my mom's like,
I feel like Eliza needs that pretty bad.
Yeah, roll out vinyl flooring, because she's like, we'll be able to wipe the paint off. And I had like a crafting table in my room. Like, it's just, I've been doing it my whole life. And I've been selling junk too, because I used to have little sales. I'd make all the stuff, and then I'd go out in the front when it wasn't 100.
Some people are selling lemonade. Jamie's out there with her home decor
would you
wares.
like a window catcher? Would you like a friendship bracelet? Would you like this little piece of junk that I painted? Yeah. Or, you know what, remember those plastic things and you would use yarn? My mom still has them. It says like mom, dad, Jamie, magnets that I made. And you can make houses out of them. Anyways, I did that too and sold it.
So that'll get a wet distress and wax in a minute once that's dry. And what we do on this is we sand this, and then we use the Sweet Pickins hemp oil, and we come back over and seal the actual rolling pin part so it's still functional as a food safe item.
I do paint right over the glass because we're using DIY paint, which is a clay-based paint, and because we add salt wash to it, it really, really adheres well.
Is this getting?
I was gonna salt wash it, but
I don't think it needs it. It's pretty
got
rough.
enough texture.
Yeah.
Okay, Zeb's gonna go ahead and paint that and show you how that works.
We're going straight up. So here's the thing, guys. Everybody's like, what's the special thing about salt wash and the texture? The salt wash doesn't change the paint color, and it makes it stick really crazy, almost like if you were plastering it on there.
And you get stiff peaks, almost like if you make whipped cream, you know how you do it till you get stiff peaks? You can get these tall, stiff peaks or subtle sandy texture with the same medium, depending on how much you use. It's just really good. Plus, a lot of the things that people will add, some of it isn't, but a lot of it is toxic, and salt wash is made with all natural ingredients. So always keep that in mind when you are creating, to use things that are as safe as possible. Like this DIY paint is all natural. The milk paint that we're gonna use here in a little bit is bio-certified, which means it's food safe. Amazing to put like on a crib or whatever, because it's gonna be safe for your family. That's important to us. All right, so I've been holding this here for a minute.
She's got a little collection of Hummels for you.
No, not Hummels.
These are the bunnies.
These ones are sweetheart bunnies. They're about to kiss. Look how cute they are. I'm selling the entire collection together. They all look like they're in really great shape. Like this one, they're on a date. She's got a little parasol. And then right here, she's doing some mending, and it comes even with a little bunny fence. And this set, I think it was $24.95, but I'm gonna double check and make sure I'm not giving you false information.
I tried to paint this fast enough that it felt like a time lapse.
24. You're channeling your inner Jamie. I would be painting, except for everything that's happened. Zeb has been like dealing with, when I got tired of sanding the silicone off, he was sanding. When the chop saw broke, he had to go to Home Depot and Lowe's on Memorial Day weekend. He was gone 2.5 hours.
Oh, it was crazy. You think everyone would be at the lake, but they were working on their yards and they were down at Home Depot.
So my paint hand is a little tired, because I actually did, when we finally discovered that I wanted to do apothecary and went with it, I did 3 coats on the entire porch, and it's
not 3 coats of apothecary, 3 coats of different colors, and then she figured out.
No, 3 coats of paint, because it's beadboard. So you have to get down in all the cracks.
You did 3 passes over all the cracks. I gotcha.
It was serious business. Jamie, talk about the sale again. Kai. Caitlin, would you drop the link to the sale in the comments? I have a rule, like only like 3 times a video. Kai really wants you guys to shop the sale, because actually normally we have a milk paint sale in March and a brush sale in March, and now we're almost the end of May and we're barely having it. So I don't know when we're gonna have it again. All right, I already showed that. What's left? Oh, this came from Joanne, And this could be crystal. It's heavy. Oh, and there's bubbles in it. Are there bubbles in crystal?
It's got that tarnished silver lip.
I don't know.
What is it, like a relish tray?
It's a relish tray with a tarnished silver, but it's not like glass. It's heavy. Here, you lift this. You tell me. Sounds like glass.
It's pressed something. I think it's glass, but
well,
it's thick.
It's a nice piece of glass.
It's very thick glass. Look at the cool pattern on that.
Yep. Tom says you can let the paint dry a little bit with a salt wash and you can pull out the peaks, which is really, really awesome. Thank you. Caitlin just dropped the link to the sale. Thank you, Jean. She's telling everybody about my face. I'm not sunburned. Not only did I get microneedled, because I'm working on getting rid of a bunch of acne scars, but because I know that I'm gonna peel and get red anyways, I went ahead and let them do a chemical peel. Because I was like, why not 2 for 1? I'm already here, take care of my face. So it's like a microneedling, and while my face was all microneedled, then they did a chemical peel. So a lot of pain, but also, you know, beauty hurts.
I'm gonna just paint down in the rim of this.
You're gonna try to hide some of that brown color?
Yeah, it won't be all the way down because it gets pretty narrow down in here, but it'll hold probably, I don't know, at least a dozen roses.
At least a half a Costco bundle, because those are big. All right, $12.95 is how much this is, and I got it from Joanne, but I'd pay up to a couple bucks. Things like this always sell really well, and when we have them in the store, we like to take the fancy items. So if this was in my shop, these 2 items would definitely be staged next to each other because they have a similar vibe. Sometimes it's kind of hard to not make your shop look hodgepodge when you have a bunch of different stuff. So I like to group like items together.
All right, that's one coat. This is essentially like a ceramic type item. It did have some texture on it, but it definitely had some shiny spots that were really slick. I'll show you up close here where it's a little streaky. I'm gonna have to add a second coat there. But for the most part, I just threw it on there super fast and wasn't even being super careful with brush strokes. And it's mostly painted. I got to do like a coat and a half on this to get full coverage, and then we'll probably distress this detail back and do a white wax or something like that. Really make it subtle. It'll tone that apothecary color back quite a bit with the white wax. All right, what else is getting painted?
This.
Oh, that needs salt wash.
Oh, I'm gonna
so you guys can see this sparkling, all the light hitting it. This is super shiny.
All right, so let's do this frame. Did I get the milk paint out?
Did you show them everything from the thrift haul?
Yeah, I made it through the whole thing.
What about that? I don't remember that.
This is getting painted too. It's $12.95. I talked about. I did like 3 things at once.
Am I painting apothecary?
Yes. But hurry up because I don't want to be off camera while you're off camera, or you can sit down.
Was it already 9:24? I thought.
We started 10 minutes late.
I thought I was breezing through that. What do you want me to get?
You were painting like the wind. I just need a cup for my milk paint.
Oh.
And a brush.
Those new ones I just got are right over here.
Okay.
I'll go get them.
All right. So when you buy milk paint, it doesn't come like this, but you can buy milk paint by the gallon. So pro tip, if you love milk paint, get your favorite colors while it's on sale, buy a gallon, because not only do you get 20% off, you'll wind up spending over $35 and get free shipping, and the gallon is the least expensive per ounce of the milk paint. And then you can put it in these handy dandy Rubbermaid Tupperwares and be cool just like me. So this is First Crush. I almost said Tickle Pink, but it's not. This is First Crush. It's very similar if you guys have not used milk paint, but you use DIY paint. First Crush is similar to Petticoat Pink. And milk paint is known for chipping. I don't think it's going to chip a lot on this frame, but if I was wanting it to not chip at all, I would make sure to put Bond in it. So if you've never used milk paint, please watch our playlist so that way you get the best. It's awesome, but it's also unpredictable, and I want you to feel like you have confidence in what you're doing.
I'm just getting some warm water back here.
Okay. Another thing you can do too is just buy a bunch of samples, and then you would be able, if you spend, $35 on free samples, you could get a lot of samples, or not free samples, to get to the $35 free shipping, you get a lot of samples and 20% off of that. So well, there's no water in there.
No, I put the water in the cup right here by you.
Oh.
Because you like to add the water after.
I do, but I don't have a scooper in here.
Okay, so I think on
sending me scoopers.
both of these, I need a cup now too. I think I'm just gonna go get a little cup. Hopefully there's one.
I don't need a whole lot of paint because I'm just painting a frame. All right, so 1 part milk paint to 1 part warm water.
Door needs some grease. It's getting squeaky on me.
What's in the bond? I don't know. Anna says, just did that, ordered the gallon for the first time. Yeah, it's really the best deal, especially if you know you're gonna like it or if you have a big project coming up. If you're unsure about it, just order a bunch of samples, have fun.
The sample goes pretty far.
You do not need to add bond to the extra coat. So if you do put bond in your paint, it only goes in the first coat. And just a little pro tip, sometimes milk paint doesn't chip in the first coat, but it'll chip on the second one. So don't freak out if you want it to chip and it doesn't. Also let it dry completely. And if it still doesn't chip and you're wanting it to chip, use water, wet distress, get your heat gun and blow dryer out and dry it after you wet distress. And sometimes you can coerce chipping.
Okay, I've got salt wash in there. Same with the milk paint and powder with water. You're gonna go 1 part paint to 1 part salt wash for your best results.
You can also add salt wash to milk paint. We do it all the time.
Yep.
If I'm gonna do it, I usually will make my milk paint a little bit. You're gonna get a pink arm.
Oh, I didn't leave you a lot of room to paint over there.
I'm painting in a very small space, but I'm making it work. You just make your milk paint a little bit thicker, add less water to it, and then you can add salt wash to it.
I'm just using my brush to stir it because I'm a rebel.
You're flinging
I'm
stuff.
a painting rebel. I'm getting it all. Sorry.
Just move this.
I'm gonna move these. I was leaving them out so they could dry.
I'm like,
I told the good people on YouTube that I was gonna paint them white in the middle. We'll get to that in a second.
it's okay that there's a paint on this backer because I'm gonna put a picture in here. Whoever buys it is gonna put a picture in here. All right. Do we have a heat gun?
Yeah, it should be in
You
its
haven't even
usual-
needed it because you're like painting with the window there. Do you need white wax?
No, I don't need white wax yet. I need like white swan or maybe some beadboard and another
White wax,
brush.
anything?
I might eventually, but I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get that far tonight.
All right, so you need white swan. And then, I was just gonna say white wax one of those frames and wipe it back.
Just do white wax on it?
Yeah, and then wipe it back.
Okay. Okay, so salt wash.
We have somebody here who's never seen white wax before.
I don't know. I don't know if that's possible on our channel. Has anybody here not seen us use white wax before? Raise your hand.
There could be someone new, Zeb.
Well, I'm sure there is. There's enough people watching. Okay, so this you just dab on. Jamie's been liking to brush it on. Actually, I like that method. Brush it on. It kind of makes it. We've been using it with weathered wood brushed on, and once you white wax it, it looks like cement. That works really well. I've never tried the actual brushing. I'm getting like full coverage in 1 coat.
Try not to spill this whole gallon of milk paint.
So the way you know that your salt wash is mixed up good is you can get like a little, see how it kind of hangs but it won't fall all the way?
Yeah, if you need to combine your orders, just email info@jamirayvintagehome.com and Caitlin will figure out what shipping would have been if you ordered all at once. It's within a 24-hour period, so if you order today and you order 3 days from now, that doesn't count. But if you order multiple times in one night, just email Caitlin. How far does the 4-ounce white wax go? You could probably white wax everything that Zeb painted tonight with a 4-ounce white wax.
Yeah.
If it's the Sweet Pickens white wax, that is a little bit, it glides a little easier, so it might go even a little bit further.
It's a beeswax base,
It's a beeswax, yeah.
so it's a
So it
little
heats up.
softer.
I don't know that it's softer, but when it gets warm, and then it gets thinner. I don't know how to explain it.
All right, so now I got this brushed on. Now I'm gonna go back through and get my fun texture with my brush.
You don't have to use a heat gun. I'm just using the heat gun because I gotta get this dry. I am getting some fun chipping. So I'm gonna wet distress this here in a little bit, and then we'll white wax it. And this frame's gonna be so cute. We should have an edited video up Monday or Tuesday. Our priority on Monday is to get our pictures done of the porch and the house.
It might be Tuesday because Memorial Day is Monday, and a lot of times people are off doing stuff. They're not worried about videos, so.
Yeah, and we will probably take a little bit of time off on Monday as well to do with our kids. So I would say by Tuesday we'll have another video up. We are planning, if we can swing it, maybe a house tour going up Friday, since I'm flying out Friday to my cousin's funeral. We'll get that filmed before I leave. And then if I can film a painting video, we'll get that.
This week's
done.
busy.
Yeah, if we.
And the week after is busy.
Yeah.
We got a couple.
We have some new employees.
Real busy
Jean's
weeks
on here. Her last day was Friday. She's going to be spending more time at home with her kiddos. So we've got new employees training. So that means Zeb and I are doing double duty on a lot of stuff. So just a lot of fun stuff going on at the shop. So we're going to be like chickens with our head cut off. But that's all right because we have done it before. All right, I'm going to heat gun where I wet distressed. I'm going to show you a little bit where it's chipping, but it'll probably continue to chip for a little bit as it really dries out.
Oops, missed a spot.
Yeah, Ojelia's going to be working a lot more. And Tanea, Jean's daughter, is going to work a lot more. Caitlin's interviewing some people. We've been moving jobs around. So with our existing employees, I always wear a million hats. So a lot of them are doing different stuff. But Jean said she'll still hang out with us when she can on Saturday nights because she loves junk, or she loves us, or she loves you. Probably all the three. All right, let me show you guys.
You see that good texture on there now? And that was super, super shiny, very slick. Probably one of the slickest pieces I've painted.
That's really cute. All right, this is just, it's still a little wet, but I want to show you guys. Do you see how it's chipped there? So that's what milk paint does, is you get like this authentic chippy, just like old aged paint, and it's going to keep doing that. This look is actually really cool the way it is. But I'm going to white wax it. I'm going to show you what it looks like with white wax. And then if it sells tonight, then I won't worry about it because whoever buys it can put a picture in there. But if it doesn't sell and I put it in my shop, I'll put a black and white photo in here and then it'll look super cute. All right. People don't generally leave the black and white photo in, but it just makes it look better in my store. All right, I'm going to fold this over so I don't get pink on the back here. Where's that white wax?
I really like this brush on method and dab later.
Fun fact about Jean, I met her because her daughter, Cameron, used to work for Molly before I took over the shop. Jean was the first person I ever interviewed. And I was like,
I was in the other room listening to this interview. I'm like, what is going on in there? Jamie's like, hi, I think you're actually going to be pretty great. I like you already.
I'm like, so I don't really know how to interview people, but I'm just going to tell you this, the stuff. And Zeb's like laughing. And Jean's like, well, I haven't had a job in a while. Like, I've been at home with my kids. I'm like, yeah, but Cameron's pretty cool. And I can already tell that you're going to be awesome. And so just hired her right there on the spot. It's like, when can you start? And it was funny because Ivy, I interviewed her too, way back in the day, and she wasn't my first employee, but Ivy was actually probably the first person I interviewed. So I'm just wiping this back, guys, for JRV. And she wound up telling Caitlin later that she's like, yeah, Jami didn't really interview me. She's just like, Caitlin likes you, so I'm going to hire you. And this is what you're going to do, and this is how much I'm going to pay you. Now Caitlin does a lot of the interviewing.
That makes Caitlin's eye twitch, so she's like, would you like me to do the interview? Can I do it? Can I do the interview?
All right, so now it's a little bit shiny because the wax got wet. So it'll dry really, really more of a matte finish. But here it is with the white wax. So picture this with a black and white picture in here. I think it's going to be so cute. Are you finishing that one up?
Man, I am loving the texture. Dare I say, it's yummy.
It's yummy. Yummy, yummy. All right, I'm going to white wax this one.
Can't hardly pick it up though.
If you're confused at all about where to order what, because we talked about 2 different websites, an easy way to keep it straight is any DIY type products like paint, transfers, stencils, paintbrushes. You're gonna find all of that at jamirayvintage.com. If it is clothing or home decor or a home goods product, like new houseware type stuff or furniture, that you're gonna find at jrvhome.com, because essentially it's just like anything I would have in my home. And the reason why they're not on the same website is because we have about 5,000 or more products. And so we have 2 separate teams that handle it, 2 separate people that handle the websites. It just keeps everything going. Plus, we sell a lot of things you probably would not want to ship with paint.
Did you see someone asked a question?
No, I didn't.
About milk paint? Will it continue chipping as it continues drying? I think that was the question. Look, it's
yeah,
right
so it'll
there.
continue to chip as it's drying. And unless it's greasy, once it's dry all the way and you sand it, it won't chip anymore. But if there's some sort of grease or something on there, you could have an issue with chipping later. But mostly, once it's done chipping, once it's all the way dry, chipping is what it is. If you get lots of chipping, don't use a liquid top coat, use a wax, because water will activate chipping. I once had a dresser that was like chipping a ton, and I thought maybe I'll put lacquer on here because it will keep it from chipping more. Well, that was the tale of the dresser that never stopped chipping, because the lacquer reactivated and it just kept chipping, and I kept putting more lacquer on it. It was the comedy of errors. And I remember I called Sasha, because Sasha, who owns the milk paint company, has been a friend of mine since before she even used milk paint. And so I call her quite often, and she's like, have I taught you nothing? She's like, do not put liquid top coats over super chippy milk paint, because it will never stop chipping. So now I know, and you do too. All right, I'll show you guys up close.
Did you bring me another brush? Or
Did I bring you another brush? No, I don't think I did.
I think we just got these brushes that are in the sink over here.
So Zeb did not do full coverage on these, so he didn't waste a lot of paint, which is awesome. And that actually makes it look even better.
I mean, I got pretty good coverage just slapping it on there, but towards the end, I mean, I only really heavily dipped my brush like a couple times, and then I was dry brushing from there.
This, I think, turned out really good. So all of these will be finished the same way. A lot of the stuff that has the pocket, well, I guess not, because Zeb's putting white on that one. So this will be finished like this.
I wanted to show them the difference between doing white and white wax.
All right, so we'll do 2 like that, we'll do 2 like this.
Okay.
And normally what we do, like on Mondays or Tuesdays, we'll go back on our website, and if it's not been purchased, we will update the photos on our website to show how we painted it. Usually takes a few days. Leslie said that's hers. Is this one or Zeb's? Also, Leslie, I thought you weren't shopping anymore. I just like to tease Leslie. Can you tell we're friends? All right. We're gonna put this over here. But I think that looks 1,000 times better. So when you're at the thrift store, guys, it's great if you can find the awesome antiques, the things that everybody's fighting for over in their basket. But it's also great if you find like turn of the century, meaning 1995 to 2000 stuff that's just got tacky colors.
That's weird to hear.
It is turn of the century. Tacky colored stuff, because that is where you can really give it a great look. A lot of it's in good shape. It just needs to come up to what's trending now. And while colors will change, upcycling will never stop. One of the things I find all the time when we are doing like thrifting and junking, other countries, other states, I always find things that you can tell somebody upcycled 100 years ago. Monet's garden. We went to Monet's house. He had all this amazing antique furniture that he had painted all these bright colors because he made it his own. And that's one of the things I love about DIY.
It's like yellow and blues, and
you can make it whatever you want because it's yours.
All right, I'm gonna dry this.
Yumiko says she's not shopping anymore either, or buying any sour candy. Throwing it out there. Don't think I didn't see that order come through. That's the other thing. JRV Home, we also have things like candy. Basically whatever I like.
It's a full-on mercantile these days.
It is. Camping gear. We've just recently in Zeb's Corner, you can find a bunch of camping gear.
Pretty soon we're going to start selling beans and wheat and rice.
Oh,
I'm
there's
teasing.
a
I don't
blob
think
of
we
paint
are.
on the corner of your drop cloth that got on the back of the rose frame.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, wait for it. Oh, I wiped that off. Where's the rose cream?
Okay, I'm gonna get this
there's
dry.
all kinds of blobs. I'm gonna have to wash the back of this.
Yeah, we'll wipe it down.
It's been blobbed.
Until it's sealed, you can wipe it down pretty good.
It's actually not paint, it's wax.
Oh, that's from Jami grabbing it.
Yeah, I'll fix it.
Can you find me the copper
I can't
patina?
fix it, I'll paint it.
Can you find me the pennies from heaven and a small
Oh,
brush?
Leslie got a raise. It's okay, I'll let you shop. What?
Can you find me the copper patina, the pennies from heaven,
All right.
and the small brush to apply it with? Pretty please. I'm almost done. I just wanted to show them this one finish. The different. Oh, I need to wet distress this too.
Okay.
Time out.
Yeah, Leslie's moving, which I knew that. If I paint a chair, what to do so color doesn't get on clothes when sitting? So make sure you seal your chair or wax it. If you wax it, make sure the wax is really well cured and make sure you do multiple coats and buff it. And then you should be good to go. Or you can just use like a liquid top coat like Big Top or Sweet Pickins top coat. Yumiko says, my grandkids cut my grass and need treats for energy. That's good, because the European candies are, you know, if you're gonna eat candy, it's like,
Lots less sugar.
it's, well, not just that, but it's like all our good quality, non-GMO type ingredients. So it's the people in the Sweden, they make the good candy. All right, I am not tan. Vintage junk to funk. I will be my normal pasty self in a couple weeks. I had a peel and a microneedle for my acne scars. So I was like, I never really noticed your scars, but then when you do this, he's like, I can see like when the skin sloughs off, because that's what happens is it like takes off the top layers and then you get new skin and then it gets rid of the scarring. And you can use all the creams in the world and all the makeups in the world, but this is more of like a, I don't know. It like actually you get new skin. So he's like, anyways, he was like, I noticed that it comes through the top of the surface and I can see him. Oh, are you talking fabric chairs or wood chairs? If you're painting fabric, you can seal it with liquid patina. Vintage Junk to Funk says, I've always wanted to try that. You should. I do it, I won't do it forever, this often, just right now, about every 3 to 4 months. And I'm not ashamed, so I'll go on camera with my red peely face.
Okay,
Oh,
so
that turned out awesome.
this is just wet distressed. Do I hit it with the gold or do I not?
I don't think
Or the
so.
copper?
I think that's good.
I was just gonna hit like the tops of these leaves
All
a
right,
little bit.
do it. Do it.
If I don't like it or it doesn't end up looking great, it's really easy to take just a touch of that white swan and just like I just did. I mean, you guys saw how fast that happened.
Teresa says micro needling is also good for building collagen, which is also true. So it also makes you look younger.
Okay,
Which,
so
ain't nobody sad about that.
so I just did a little dip in here, and then I got most of it off my brush, and then I brushed some on the drop cloth here, and I'm just gonna kind of hit the tops.
Oh, that's pretty.
So sometimes dry brush is all the rave.
While he's doing that, I'll let you guys know our clothing, it's JRV Closet. So clothing, shoes, bags, jewelry, anything in JRV Closet is buy 2, get 1 free. You need to use the code, I think it's Memorial Day. I'll have Caitlin drop the link and the code below just so you can be sure. And Zeb will put in the description box. And then JamiRayVintage.com, milk paint, farmhouse finishes, clean on brushes, zipper brushes, all 20% off, no code needed. If you spend $35 on Jami Ray Vintage, excluding any DIY paint products, you get free shipping. I think that's it.
So if
Did I miss anything?
it's a Memorial Day weekend sale. So if you're watching this in June, remember it was a live stream and it'll be over.
Les says we need to grow old gracefully. I'm super
Grow old
graceful.
gracefully. I got that covered for both of us. I've been bald since 17. So it's real subtle, right?
And now his back hair is starting to come in strong.
It's been in strong. I got my...
He just got his summer cut so he could go swimming for Eliza's swim party last night.
I didn't need it. I've been swimming lots, but Eliza was like, Dad.
The code is Memorial Day, all one word.
So just real subtle. You can kind of see the copper on there.
Leslie would like everybody to give us a thumbs up for a new record on likes. Yeah, I super love that.
All right. So I'm going to let that sit overnight. And if I don't love it, I'm going to just paint it white and distress it back again.
BB says, ew.
Ew, you don't like the copper on there, BB?
No, your summer cut on your...
Oh.
Hey, we're all adults here. We know what happens.
You know what? The trends are coming back. All of these, forever,
They're
guys.
gonna grow out their beards. And
forever,
their
everybody
hair.
was like shaving and they're like big beards were not a thing, and they're back. Big beards are everywhere, you know. So it comes and it goes.
Hey, you know, it happens. I gotta shave my legs. You gotta buzz your back.
I don't have to. I don't have to do it.
You don't. It just gets hot.
I'm not afraid to go swimming
Full bear.
That's
what we call it. Jinx. If you like these kinds of videos, on that note, be sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to January Vintage for more
DIY.
Love you guys. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week. Whoop whoop. Now we got to clean up our DIY mess. We have a situation here.